Hello and welcome. We are back here for BNL Courtside Week 6, and my goodness, did we have an action-packed weekend of basketball here, Wembley Indoor Arena. I'll tell you what, basketball in this country is really going from strength to strength. With me, I've got my two fellow teammates. We formed the tripartite Alliance of Basketball in SA, Q and Kolisi. We had a great round of action this weekend.
On defense, I'm rigid. You couldn't cross me over even if you were Iverson and your coach was John Edwards. I wasn't good at mathematics when I finished my trick, but the aftermath, I guess, is all this basketball wit. I fight with words that form a physical line out. Throwing clocks outdoors is the only way I call a timeout.
I'm going to call a timeout on you right there, Q. Great action this weekend. We had the Memphis Grizzlies dunk squad out here. We had the cheerleaders out here. I think Friday, the atmosphere here was just absolutely insane. That must be great for the game.
Friday was an example of a growth of the BNL. We had the Memphis Grizzlies hoop squad out here, and they brought some live entertainment. But most of all, we had great entertainment on the floor. The Tshwane Suns, still undefeated. They proved the fact that they are the best defensive team in the league. And you know what? Weekend after weekend, I keep saying it, the BNL is growing.
And a great round of action that we had on Friday, starting out with the Rhinos going up against the Panthers. Then we had the Eagles going up against the Marlins. Let's check these highlights out.
Running with this one, Eagles versus the Marlins. Mutisayesi from outside for three, drills it, and that gets proceedings underway.
He'll come back, energize that Luate from deep downtown. Ushe able to get the rebound back.
Luate, 7 on the shot clock. Glass, fall away inside and finish. And back in the game, Darren Holcomb. The two-player high-low with Gilchrist, and Gilchrist around Shaniwa Ushe, and Ushe will be in class all day in the low post against the veteran Gilchrist. Anna Tlamini working on Maseko, finds McLean. He's got time to hit that three. On the floor, looking for the call. Luate. Glass for three. Boom!
Okay. And been very low scoring.
Shange gets the pass from Gilchrist. Tsele will pull up for three. Young man. Spusiso Tsele. Team. And a scramble for the ball. Glass with a layup, counted, and Taban Glass will go to the line to shoot one. The final quarter.
Big time players make big time plays. Khwedi has been scoreless from the free throw line all game. Knocks down 2 really big free throws for the Marlins, but there is a reply. Ngakane.
And that will mark the end of this game.
Now, Kolisi, as you saw from those highlights, great game, and that just added it to a great conclusion to Friday.
It was a heartbreaker for the Marlins. And I guess this speaks to the Marlins with their quality of basketball and having to have that character to stay in the game and to be able to close out games. They need to also be able to have certain players you can pinpoint out who will be able to give you that last second shot. You know, it is expected in basketball. You need to have those players who will give you those shots. But take nothing away from the Eagles. For them to fight toe-to-toe against the Marlins, and for them putting up the fight, you can give it up to them. They a well-deserved victory for the Northwest Eagles.
Definitely a well-deserved victory for the Eagles. We're going to have a quick look, though, at Saturday's highlights that included games that featured the Suns and the Marlins, and we had the Eagles playing through as well. Let's check out these highlights.
And we're off. The Suns, one of the best executing teams in the league, and Denga all alone. His offensive game, every chance he gets.
Shongwe with the steal, beating his defender, left-handed layup, and Mudupe calls for the travel. And another steal by the Suns. Mtembu on the break, and Lees. Great awareness by Moyo of Somusa Mtembu, his presence. Mdum Konto, Suns on the break, and Mkonto setting up, and that three attempt, Shongwe with the rebound, puts it up, and that one will count this time. And that high five, Motiba, he'll drill the three.
And that's what he adds to the Tshwane Suns team. Can score, especially given this performance that we are seeing right now.
Ngosi dumps it outside. Motiba pull-up jumper, nothing but net. And the Warriors back down the other way. Makurumakwe on the break, easy layup. Danga, and Danga just looked like he spun so well on the baseline, looked like he was going to finish. And Dlamini, another turnover, trying to get it into the low post, and not a good sign right now. Banda for three, nothing but net. Tabang Banda. Game after yesterday's loss, both of these teams and players individually want to pick up their confidence. McPhee with the left hand, beating Chief.
Absolutely a confidence game,
because they run the risk of losing this game to a very energized Rhinos. The Rhinos lead to three. Banda pulls up with a deep jumper. Vaseja, offensive rebound, puts it up. And one, count it. And a foul on McLean. And Dlamini gets to it first. And Marlins with possession. McLean, the catch and shoot. In space, comfortable. Kyle McLean will hit that every day, all day. But Dlamini gets to it first, and Marlins with possession. McLean, the catch and shoot. In space, comfortable. Kyle McLean will hit that every day, all day.
Around the perimeter. Dlamini, he'll set the offense. And Tlata Dlamini knocks it down. Boom, in the words of my colleague.
Closing out this first quarter, scores are tied at 19 after that Dlamini 3. Ntlanya bombs away. And the shooting woes of Ayanda Shange continue. Klanya, he's got space, catch and shoot and pop the three. Kevin Ramano travels, finds Banda with a deep two, hits the back iron. Wijana in the right place, gets that offensive rebound. 3 players around him. Banda again on the baseline. Festile inside, stops, pops the jumper. Just on the wing, Kosinati Festile. And these Rhinos are charging Wembley Arena. Moseja inside, hanging in the air. Marlins need to secure the rebound. Now Marlins on the break. 3-on-3, bounce pass to McLean. McLean puts it off the board.
McLean and Lamini are having a great game. Right, it's going down to the wire. McLean gets Lamini in the air.
Northwest Eagles taking on Egoli Magic. And the Eagles coming off a encouraging win last night against the Marlins, a 1-point win. Motisa Ayesi doing what he did yesterday, opening proceedings with
refreshed and running into Northwest Eagles trouble. And now Loate, Loate drains it from deep.
The way that they play. Njingana for 3. Rebound to Kahozi. Keuchatile gets a hand to it, but Kahozi retains possession. Mazibuko for 3. Mazibuko just gets into transition, gets the ball, takes a look at Cedric. A big finesse. Kalombo. Malibati on the wing, just inside. Great mid-range jumper by Lisejo Malibati. Spesihle Maseko, he's
8 points
checked in.
Mazibuko.
Lisejo Malibati spinning on the baseline and finishing with a reverse on the other side of the basket. And Zibande, Magic with the possession. Mitchell underneath, easy finish. And Kahozi play in the second quarter. Ngakani, Glass in the corner for 3, boom!
Eagles to 4 points and they managed to put up 16.
Mazibuko for a 3. And on the floor for Magic and Zibande, Mitchell, Van Staden, Mulebati, and Mazibuko. And on the floor for the Eagles, Khomotso Loate, Glass, Ngakane, Keuchatile, and Sihume. Glass will attempt a 3 and boom, he's got it.
Would it prefer to make that in a beautiful give and go play? Dinesh Mitchell getting into the lane off a great feed in the league. And
Ngakane, baseline 3, nothing but net. Ngakane looking very comfortable on that 3.
Magic in danger of just lulling themselves into a sense of complacency. Glass now. Boom. Taban Glass, 6 points in this quarter alone.
Everybody popping on the dance floor, make it count. Everybody popping on the dance floor, make it count.
And more great games that we had from you here from the BNL. Now Q, the Suns without Neo Matiba still, and they're still undefeated as well.
The Suns played outstanding defense. They held the Free State Golden Warriors to no points in the first quarter. I don't think we've ever seen that in the BNL. The Suns are looking great. Neo Matiba got a run in the fourth quarter and he put up 5 quick points, and that's encouraging for the Suns. The thing is that they are one of the top teams. They are still undefeated, and I don't know what's going to happen next weekend when the Royals take on the Suns. I really am looking forward to that contest. But as we go on, the Suns still my #1 team.
Now, Polisi, we also had the Marlins playing again on Saturday. They've been involved in a lot of close games. This was another one. What was your take on that game?
Well, this was an encouraging win for the Marlins against the Rhinos. I like the fact that, you know, there was a little bit of history to this game. The Marlins going up against the Rhinos in last year's semifinals and them losing on a last second shot as well. But the Marlins in this one, they decided to stay in the game. They got steady contribution. Really, it speaks to the character of the Marlins, having Craig Gilchrist as well coming in and playing the 5. But you should also look at the Marlins in terms of the fact that they have a polar opposites on the floor. They have a lot of young players and they have a lot of older, experienced players. They don't have players who are in between, and they need those players in between. But a well-deserved win for the Marlins, and unfortunately we seem to be witnessing a Rhinos team which is stagnant and slowly regressing. So they need to go back to the drawing board.
And a great round of games indeed. However, we had some more great games that took place on Sunday. That included the Zebras going up against the Polokwane Pride, and then we also concluded that off with the Magic going up against the Warriors. Let's check these highlights.
And Wembley Arena is where we're coming live. And something happens to Khoza, his train of thought. Kunga down the floor over a trailing.
That was almost inexplicable by Khoza.
Teams played last season, and in that game the Pride lost. Manubele all the way down the floor, easy layup on the break. I know you remember that game.
Then
Finds Kunga. Lechu picks up the loose ball. Kobani with the rebound. Chokochela all the way to the basket, hanging in the air and finishing with the right hand. And the Zebras now have 4. 5:05 to play. Tie game with 4:05 to play. Khoza on the baseline, hangs with the left hand. Pokwani with the rebound, cleaning up on the Simon Khoza miss.
We haven't seen too much of Pokwani.
Turnaround jump shot. Of empathy, but he gets nothing. Lechu down the middle. Cater to the basket, puts up the layup.
Cater. An inbound play now for the Zebras.
Mazoa pulls up for the 3. 42 seconds to play. Mkhobu. Mabasa. LK4 for 3 once again. Boom!
2 of 2 for Luguda Katwe from the perimeter. 6
able to play the game that he loves. And LK4 just showing his presence. 3-on-1 break. Pride on the run. And Mkhobu with the left-handed finish. 4:15 to play.
On the arc. They were 0 of 4 in the first quarter, but already 4 3-pointers, and Mkhobu looking for Maranele off the board.
Manubele in the inside and cleaning up on that miss by Simono, picking up on the loose ball as well. Right about now a 17. Maranele, he'll take matters into his own hands down the floor. Manubele tipping that ball in, and Jerry Manubele not giving up. Kobani, well, that ball knocked away. Mabasa all the way down the floor on the break. Easy finish. Makabe inside. Oh! Switches hands in the air, contorts his body as well, and throws up a rainbow. Mitchell, he's in space, baseline three, nothing but net. Slowing things down, setting up in the half court. Mulebati to Kahozi, he's got space, he's got time, and he will definitely go against Kaba and finishes the layup.
Good footwork, good use of the body, and Kahozi gets a good finish.
Akulumakwe to Makabe, he'll pull up for three, hits the side of the basket. Makulumakwe faking, puts up the layup and gets the basket. In the fourth quarter, Nelson Victor to Kalombo, to Kipundu, one-handed flush. That's Alaska Foya.
What a beautiful pass from Colombo.
Rebound, Magic on the break. Mitchell in the corner, alley-oop to Colombo. Oh my. Oh, picked up, and Magic on the break once again. Behind the back, Victor. And Economidis is right there, outside to Mitchell. Mitchell will spot up for a three. Economidis with the rebound, fouled, count it. Economidis running it down the floor to Kipundu, and an easy layup underneath. And this will bring the game to an end.
And a great round of games indeed, and a great way for us to conclude an action-packed weekend of the Basketball National League. Now, Kolisi, we had the Zebras going up against the Pride. What was your take on that game?
Well, Pride Zebras was a great game for me, KP. The Pride winning it, and they needed this win, just a confidence-boosting win, and for them to really contend for the fourth place as we head into the end of the season. But with regards to the Zebras, they're still struggling, winless as it is right now, and they have a whole lot to work on as a team. They need to work on cohesiveness, team chemistry. Very disappointed that in the first quarter alone, Tebukhalechu had 5 turnovers, so that's not good for them. The ball needs to get out of his hands, and it was just great seeing that the Limpopo Pride was slowly getting it together. You can see they missed LK4. He came into the game and he gave them 3 quick threes, and that just opened up the game for them as well. Everyone got a run on the floor to play their game, and man, let's not forget about Jerry Manubele. The two-handed flush and that one-handed hammer, great highlights for to cap off the Limpopo Pride weekend.
Now, Q, talking about great highlights, let's talk about Lesego Molebatsi and his performance in the following game. Magic going up against the Warriors. First half, double-double, 18 points, 10 boards, and a dominating performance by the Magic.
Well, KP, Lesego Molebatsi is a perennial double-double man. I think we've become accustomed to him performing on the floor. The Magic, however, did put up one of their best performances of the season. They did a good job on the floor. They were executing very well. They held the Golden Warriors to under 40 points in 4 quarters. And the Warriors really struggled without their scoring point man, Vusi Sitole. And the Magic looking good going into next weekend's encounter. They, of course, take on the Duzi Royals, and I'm really looking forward to that clash.
And having a look now, guys, at the fixtures that took place over the weekend and the results. We had the Panthers going through, taking it over the Rhinos, and then we had the Eagles dropping it, taking a 1-point game over the Marlins, and then we had the Suns. They're still undefeated with an easy victory over the Warriors. We had the Eagles as well with a greatly contested match against the Magic, where the Magic came out on top. Rounding things off on Sunday, the games not as exciting as the previous two teams running away with victories there. The Limpopo Pride dominating the Zebras, and the Igoli Magic with a very dominating game over the Warriors. And having a look now at next week's fixtures, it's week 7. We're inching closer towards the playoffs. We have the Panthers going up against the Windbreakers, and then we see the Eagles going up against the Warriors. But Saturday's games are going to be really live. We have the Magic going up against the Duzi Royals. That's going to be one of the highlights of the weekend. And I say one of the highlights because the following day we have another big game between the Duzi Royals and the Tshwane Suns. If the Royals win their game against the Magic, it's gonna be two undefeated teams going up against each other. So trust me, you wanna be out here at Wembley Indoor Arena. Well, this is where we wrap up the show. Usually I do the twirl. Not sure if I'm gonna do it right now because my man Xolisi is gonna sign things out. You know how he gets down on the mic. Xolisi, do your thing, sir.
I'm not Catholic, but around me, cats are always confessing. They think they're overworked just because they're under the impression that I can't spit, I got no flow, and rap delivery. I'm not from Zim, but I know exactly how to push the boundary. Forget the back, cause I'll hit you in the front. Some call me uncle, cause I got more knowledge than agony aunts. Use a goody two shoes, just like a favorite son. And the only relations we have, gotta be bad blood.